Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Sam Hunter, the boss man of Homesearch. Sam, all the agents, or a lot of agents, have been posting your little JPEG saying, I'm with Homesearch, the new portal. What the hell are we all talking about here? Talk to me.
Hi, Chris, and thank you to those agents that are sort of sharing that they're supporting us. They are coming on a bit of a journey with us. You and I were talking off camera about now being a good time and the worst time to decide to launch a new portal because there's a lot of noise out there.
Oh, you're like, they're all coming out the woodwork. No, we're better than Rightmove. We're better than Zoopla. No, come to us. We're brilliant. We're blockchain. We're this. We're that. Mate, you're winning the prize for the nicest bloke going out there. But what makes Homesearch so different? And please don't use the word journey or anything like that. Let's actually talk real deal.
Yeah. One of the things that you'll never hear from anybody in our business is that we're better than everyone else. I don't think, particularly where we are. There was an article that went out about us yesterday, and somebody, and quite rightly, commented, are we trying to run before we can walk? And I responded to saying, I think that we are, but that's how change happens. You've got to understand when you think you have a good idea, and then you've got to see it through. And that's what we're doing here. Yes, we jumped on a bit of an opportunity with what is going on with the current portals in this market. But the only reason that we thought that that was not a risk was because of what we believe that we can offer. Why we're different is because it'll look and feel like a portal to a consumer, but actually they don't know what a portal is. They just know Rightmove and they just know Zoopla. That's an agent word. What they need.
I mean, I see the job of the portal solely to put the property in front of the tenant or the buyer on the demand side. Yet I find it absolutely fascinating that there's a big chunk of agents out there that see its job also to get them vendor and landlord leads, where quite clearly, whilst Rightmove and Zoopla might be selling that old story, it isn't, is it? So what makes your portal so different?
It's a good question. Two things. So the way I see the role of a portal, or the way I see how we will fit into the property ecosystem for an agent and for a consumer, is our job there is to create opportunity. And that's twofold: for an agent, but also for somebody looking to move house, be they a seller or a tenant or a buyer. But then on the other side as well, our job is to create connection. So and that's not a buzzword. That is literally connecting somebody who wants to move with somebody who can help them move. If hopefully, and again, this is hypothetical at the moment because we're 3.5 weeks into developing it, and we are 6 weeks out from releasing it. The proof will be come middle of June about whether what we believe is needed and innovative actually works. Obviously, I'm going to say I think it will. Agents will decide.
So would it be fair to say, these are my words, that Rightmove and Zoopla's job is to put the properties in front of the punters, and the agents think that its job is to get them leads? Well, so if you think about it, Homesearch, and I'm not being paid to say this, was actually built the other way around. Its job was to create vendor and landlord leads for estate agents, and you're building it from the other way around, and now you've got to add a portal on top. Would that be a fair comment?
I should be
your marketing director.
You should be. We've had this discussion in the past. One of the biggest issues that agents have had with Homesearch from day one was that we didn't actually deliver leads. And because we were a system that was for professional use only, and there wasn't a consumer or public interface or ecosystem for them to sort of swim around in, it was a reactionary platform in that the phone had to ring and you had to ask what the address was, and then you could bring out the information and have a very quick conversation about it. Or you'd send a report to somebody who you already had their data. Now, we put together some pretty blunt instruments to deliver leads, in that people were going and targeting other agents' stock and putting reports through their letterboxes that were then serving those people and getting responses back. What the network was originally going to be was a really intuitive data-led prospecting system around trends in the marketplace, so that we could identify properties likely to sell, who's going to be moving, propensity to move data, all that sort of stuff. And that was originally just going to be plugged into the pro system. What the portal is, or what the actual Homesearch network now will evolve to be, and again, because of the opportunity that the existing portals have presented with us and with residential people, with open bricks, and fair play to everybody out there. The dream for us is if we create something that works, it gives people a choice. You know, hopefully they choose us, but as long as they've got a choice, it's the best thing for everyone. What the network will do on a consumer side is give all the members of the public a place to go and play as well, and actually indicate to an agent, this is where you need to prospect. These are the people you need to talk to. We're ready to buy. More than I think traditional portals do that now.
Almost you're letting the public loose on the nice, gorgeous data that you give to agents, and then those people will then self-select and then flag up to the agents concerned.
We are letting the public loose on a segment of the data that we give to agents. That what the public will see will be more than they get now, but less than what an agent can get, because we are, and this is something that will always remain firm in our business. We're so conscious of the role that a good agent plays in the process. People shouldn't do this on their own.
But let's say there's multiple agents in one town on Homesearch. How are you going to divvy up who gets the lead?
So it'll be determined by whoever the person engages with on the public side. So we don't have optimizer packages. We don't have pay to be the agent in this area. If the agent has the listing, they'll get the lead. If somebody is looking at a property that's not on the market and they're just looking at the data, there are ways in our back end that we can identify who the most relevant and best agent is to sell that. Somebody who's looking at a one-bedroom flat in North London would get a different response for a recommended local agent than somebody who's looking at a 5-bedroom house in Putney. And I think that that's good for the consumer and good for the agent.
But how do But then how do I know that you're being fair against my competitor if we're both on Homesearch?
I guess that's a trust thing.
And with regard to the data, are you going to sell it to any other third parties?
Categorically, no. So this is the question that's probably been the most common one that we've had of what do you do with the data? Listings are agents. That's why we don't charge for them. Leads are agents. That's why we don't charge for them. We have
so how are you
for
going
3
to,
years.
How are you going to earn your money, and how do we know that you're not going to become Rightmove Part 2?
Our value is in the data, and that is the data about the property and the data about the marketplace. If somebody wants to list their homes on Homesearch and they want to get leads from their listings, we will never charge for that. If somebody wants to understand their market intimately, then there is a fee to pay.
When you say somebody wants to, so you're going to have a free portal, yes?
Yes.
And how do you earn your money? By agents subscribing not to put their properties on the market?
So agents subscribe to the back-end data. Which is about properties and about the activity within their marketplaces.
Okay, but
have you got make more sense?
Okay, but have you got the money to do this? Because building a big portal with lots of properties ain't you make down the pub with a couple of grand. This is
one of the reasons why we and our 8-week time frame for delivering this was not agreed without pressure and pushback from our development team. But one of the reasons why we wanted to do this was actually to show the existing portals or anyone else out there that actually technology and innovation is possible in a quick period of time and it's not cheap, you are right, but it's not 38 million quid sitting in our bank either. And so we want to show people what is possible with technology, and actually how you can still be a good agent and use it as well.
Very quickly, who is the people behind Homesearch? I know you're the boss man, but there's got to be some money there behind you.
Giles and his brother Aaron are the owners of the business.
Okay, and what's their background?
Giles, they've run a business called Address Intelligence, which forms a little bit of the data that we use. It's a marketing business used by the big corporates and a number of other sort of lifestyle brands to target people where they live. They've been in their own business for 15 years. We own a bar. Okay,
what's your one final thing that you would want to say to all UK estate and letting agents, and make it quick?
That's a good question. I would say be open to ideas. We're not asking anybody to commit to us and to pay any money, but certainly make a decision when you're informed. And I think that that's regardless of us or anybody else, that's just good business practice.
Finally, where do they go and find out more information about you?
Everything is on homesearch.co.uk.
Sam, thank you for your time today, and please contact Sam if you've got any more questions. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.